1.833. So, 1.833. Now, ayan na yan. Ito na yung rejection region natin. The question is, anong na-compute nating t-value? Test value, t-test? 2.041. And nasaan siya doon sa distribution? Mas malayo sa 0. Dito. No? So, 2.041. Meaning to say, our test computed, our t-value computed, actually falls doon sa loob ng rejection region. Therefore, our decision is to reject the null hypothesis. Hello everyone! So welcome to our presentation regarding hypothesis testing to population, testing the difference between two means, paired samples. So actually, we're done now on the two population, testing the difference between two means for large independent samples and also for small independent samples. So for this presentation, we're going to discuss all about the paired samples. So let's start. Again, the topic is hypothesis testing to population, testing the difference between two means, paired samples. Now, when we say paired sample t-test, this is a statistical technique that is used to compare two population means in the case of two samples that are correlated. It is used in before and after studies or the before and after test, or when the samples are the matched pairs or the case is a controlled study. So again, if the study is a controlled one, you can actually have this paired sample t-test as your statistical test. Okay? So, example of paired sample t-test. For example, company training. So, company training in a way na you will get the efficiency or any KPI regarding your company. So, you will measure the KPI of your employees now, and you will going to conduct a training for them, and after the training you will again measure the KPI. So it is a before and after test, but the population is still the same group of numbers, rather the same group of persons. So they are just the same population. It just so happen that this is under the two population because the first population is the set of people before, and the second population is the set of people after, but those are same, physically, and statistically those are considered as two different populations since they have undergo a specific process. Okay, that's why it is called a before and after test. Then you will going to see the KPI after the company training and what is the difference between the two. Have they improved or not? Does the training contribute significantly to the improvement of the employees or not? Something like that. So that is the purpose of this topic. Another example is the vaccine development. For example, in the COVID-19 vaccine right now. So, for example, they have this trial on the vaccine, then they will do some development for that vaccine, and they will going to try it again on the same animal or human. I don't know what they are, who they are testing it, the vaccine, but the idea is almost the same with the company training. Before and after test, they have undergo a specific process at the middle. Okay, so that is for the paired sample t-test. Let's have our assumptions in paired sample t-test. So the assumptions here are, for the first one, only the matched pair can be used to perform the paired sample t-test. You can't use a one population here as before and a separate population as after, which is it is not the hindi siya yung pinanggalingan ng ating raw data for the before data, for the before population. So hindi po pwede yun na magkabukod sila, Dapat dito, kung sino yung ginamit mo sa una, sa before, ayun din yung sa after. Okay? So, next, we have the second assumption, which is, in the paired sample t-test, normal distributions are assumed. Okay? And the variance of two samples are homogeneous, just like on our previous topic. And the last one, the fourth one, the observations must be independent of each other. That is the fourth assumptions for the paired sample t-test. Let's have our example problem here. So, testing the difference between two means paired samples. The management of Resale Furniture Incorporated, a change of second-hand furniture stores in Metro Manila, designed an incentive plan for sales people. Okay, so take note what they have done. No, they have designed an incentive plan. Let's have my pen here, colored black. So they have designed an incentive plan for sales people. So more likely this is for motivation to boost their sales, no? And to evaluate this innovative incentive plan, 10 salespeople were selected at random. Okay? And their weekly incomes before and after the incentive plan. So, almost the same with my example kanina, no? Regarding the company training. Ito naman, may incentive plan na dinisenyo for motivation ng salespeople to increase their sales. And their weekly incomes before and after the incentive plan were recorded. So, here's the data. So, the salesperson is actually hindi na binabanggit yung name, no, for confidentiality ng tao. Numbering na lang. So, we have 10 persons here and their before and after data. And they're actually before and after incomes, weekly incomes. Okay? So, was there a significant increase? Meron bang significant na pag-angat? Kasi if you'll check, some of them is yung before nila, just like this number 6 salespeople. Number 6, 1,750 yung before, tapos nag-undergo na siya ng incentive plan, pero bumaba pa rin to 1,600. No? So, ayun, meron pa. Check natin. Meron pa dito, alam ko eh. Ito, no, number 8, 3,210. Tapos nag-incentive plan na, then naging 1,900. So, it seems like there's something wrong. And tignan natin statistically, if there is a significant increase in the typical salesperson's weekly income due to the innovative incentive plan, used 0.05 significance level. Okay, so for the first na step natin, tulad nun dati, we should have our H sub 0 and of course our H sub 1. For our null hypothesis, the hypothesis here will be mu sub D. What is mu sub D? So, mu sub D stands for the population difference. Meron bang difference yung before saka yung after? Now, if you'll check, our claim here is actually the income after the incentive plan is greater than before the incentive plan. Yun yung magiging claim natin because dito, no, significant increase yung term. So, meaning to say, sa ating hypothesis testing, yung ating alternative hypothesis will be mu sub D. Dapat, ayan, may difference na. Dapat umangat na sila sa 0. Hindi na, something, just like this one, hindi na 3-1 yung before, tapos 3-1 din yung after. No? Kasi ang difference nun is 0. Dapat ito somehow, 3-1 before, then 3-2 yung after. Para at least we have the 100 na difference. Umangat kahit papaano. Yun yung tinutukoy ng ating alternative hypothesis. So, this will be the claim. Okay, now, iniwan ko yung nakahang, yung ating H sub 0. So, mu sub D, since this is greater than, meaning to say this will be less than or equals 0. Dahil lagi lang naman silang salungat and laging si H sub 0, si null hypothesis, dapat siya may equal. Meaning to say, our null hypothesis is stating that the income after the incentive plan is not greater than before the incentive plan. Next, for this level of significance, we have this level of significance which is based from our problem. Sabi, gamit daw tayo ng 0.05. So, let's have here alpha, 0.05. And next, we should have here the critical value. So, paano natin makukuha ang ating critical value? Before that pala, so, critical region. So, ayan, critical value. Okay, wait lang ha. 0.05, okay na tayo dito. Ito pala muna. Na-check natin ang ating tailed test, kung anong tailed test ito. Since meron tayong direction, no, ang gagamitin natin dito is a one-tailed test. Hindi siya two-tailed. Ang two-tailed is for equals and unequals. So, one-tailed test ito. And then, critical value tayo. So, for us to be able to solve our critical value, we need to find first our DF, degrees of freedom. Why? Because, kung titignan ninyo sa ating given, no, we have only 10 salespeople. So, 10 number of samples per population sa before and sa after. That's why, ito natin. Ito, na 10, no? So, this is the reason why we should have our degrees of freedom dahil less than 30 ang sample size natin. So, meaning to say, our degrees of freedom here will not be, take note guys before, ang ginamit natin is n sub 1 plus n sub 2 minus 2. Kasi we have two populations there. Now, we also have two populations. Statistically, considered sila as two population. Pero pagdating sa degrees of freedom, that will only be, I will have my pen muna, that will only be n minus 1. Hindi sila considered as 2 na pagdating sa degrees of freedom. No, meaning, this will be 10 minus 1, magiging 9 ang degrees of freedom natin. And dahil nakuha na natin yan, we can now have the critical value using our 9 degrees of freedom. Take note, no, ganito lang po kapag paired sample. So, 9, 0.05, and one-tailed test. So, again, 9, one-tailed test, one-tailed, 0.05, then 9. Ayun. No, 1.833. Positive dahil we are on the one-tailed test. So, let's write it here, 1.833. Okay, so, ayan na, okay na. We can now compute for the value of the t for paired samples. But before we can compute for the value of t, we need to obtain the differences. Take note sa mga bagong formula na lalabas. Okay, so for the salesperson, I actually intentionally leave this slide as blank para ilagay natin. Alam nyo yung kung paano nakuha yung mga numero na to. So, let's have here 1, number of salesperson, up to 10. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For the before, x sub 1, ito yun, 2,000, 3,000, 2,500. Lagay natin dito. 2,000, 3,000, 2,500. Next, number 4, we have 3,1, 19, 1,750. 3,1, 19, 1,750. Number 7, we have 2,300, 3,210. So, number 7, we have 2,300, 3,210. Number 9 and number 10, we have 2,340 and 1,870. So, 2,340, 1,870. Next, for the after, copy lang din natin. Pinatayo lang natin yung table. 3,5 for 120, tapos 3,8. So, we have here 3,5 for 120, then 3,800. Next, we have 4,2, 1,820. So, 4,2, 1,820. Next, 1,6 tapos 3,4. So, 1,6 and 3,400. Next, we have 1,9, 2,340. 1,9, 2,340 and 3,290. So, 3,290. Now, for the difference na itong after tsaka ng before, difference is equals to the x sub 2 minus x sub 1, which is yung x sub 2 natin is the after, x sub 1 is yung before. So, 3,500 minus 2,000, this is 1,500. 4,120 minus 3k, this is 1,120. 3,8 minus 2,5, this is 1,300. So, 4,200 minus 3,100. This is 1,100. 1,820 minus 1,900. So, this will be negative, no? Dahil mas maliit si after compared kay before. Negative 80. So, ito bumaba pa siya. Nag-incentive plan na bumaba pa, no? Itong number 5 na salesperson. So, 1,600 minus 1,750. This is negative 150. Then, 3,400 minus 2,3. This is 1,100. Okay. Then, for number 819 minus 3,220. This is negative 1,310. For number 9 salesperson, we have 2,340. And 2,340 rin yung before. So, 0 ito. No difference. Ito yung actually na na part ng hypothesis natin na null. No difference or less than. Okay, so last salesperson, we have 3,290 minus 1,870. This is 1,420. Okay, then this square. So, 1,500 is square natin. I hope you have your calculator with you. So, 1,500, this square, this is 2,250,000. Next, we have 1,120. This is 1,254,400. 1,300 square. So, 1,690. I hope sinasabayan niyo ako sa pag-solve, no? So, 1,1 square. This is 1,210,000. Negative 80 square. So, negative times negative will be positive. Magiging positive na yung laman dito, hindi na negative. So, 80 times 80 is 6,400. Same with 150. 150 square is 22,500. And this is, positive na. So, 1,1 square, this is 1,210. 1,210,000. Negative 1,310 square, this will be positive. 1,716,100. So, 0 square, obviously this is 0. So, 1,420 square, this will be 2,016,400. Okay. Now, let's check kung para saan ito, ba't mayroon tayong sobrang row. So, let's proceed sa next slide. We should now determine the difference, the mean of the difference. Ano ba yung mean ng difference? By formula, the mean of the difference is actually denoted by the symbol na capital D, bar. No, bar means mean. So, D bar is equals to the summation of D, yung total nun, over N. Which is sa atin, we don't have yet the summation of D. And actually, based on the table, ito yung D eh. So, we need to sum this up. Okay? So, summation ng D. So, check natin. Kunin natin yung total nito. I have here my calculator. So, total natin, 1,500 plus 1,120 tapos 1,300. 1,120 plus 10,300 plus 1,1 plus 1,100 plus, let's have here negative 80 tsaka negative 150. So, negative 80 tsaka negative 150 plus ulit 1,100 plus negative 1,310 plus 0 plus 1,420. So, let's have here 1,420 na lang, huwag na yung 0. Okay. So, total, we have 6,000. So, 6,000 ang ilalagay natin dito sa summation of our letter D. Summation of D. 6,000. Okay. So, proceed tayo dito. 6,000 over yung N natin. Again, N natin is not 20 but rather 10. Because 10 salespeople ang meron tayo. Okay. So, this is 10. 6,000 divided by 10, this will be 600. So, ito yung mean of the difference. Now, this mean of the difference, saan siya gagamitin? Actually, gagamitin siya because we will be needing now to solve for the value of the standard deviation naman ng difference. Gaano kagalaw yung differences nila? No, yung D. Gaano kalaki or kaliit yung standard deviation. By formula, standard deviation of the difference is equals to the square root of the summation of D square minus the summation of D, then square sa labas. That is two different things, guys. Now, when we say D square na to, that is actually, at tinutukoy niya, ito, yung column na yan. Itong summation of D naman dito, at tinutukoy niya, ito, before natin is square. So, 6,000 times 6,000. Or 6,000 raised to 2. Ayun yung tinutukoy nito. Okay? So, over N, all over N minus 1. So, this will be the formula for standard deviation. Sobra pa yung taas ko. So, ayan. Check natin kung meron tayong mga values niyan, no? Summation of D squared. So, what is the summation of D squared? Let's check. Ayun, wala pa tayong summation ng D squared. So, we need to get the summation of D squared first. So, let's have here summation of D squared. So, let's go back to my calculator. Let's delete this on content. So, 2,250,000. 2,250,000. Okay. Next, we have 1,254,400. 2,254,400. Okay. 1,690,000. 1,690,000. Next, we have 1,210,000. 1,210,000. Okay. Next, we have 6,400. 6,400. Plus, we also have 22,500. 500. Plus ulit, we have 1,210,000. 1,210,000. And 1,716,100. 1,716,100 plus 0. So, huwag natin ilagay yung 0. 2,016,400. 2,016,400. And total is, as you can see, we have here 11,375,800. So, let's write 11,375,800. Okay? So, let's write it here na sa ating next na slide. Summation of D square. We have 11,375,800 minus itong summation of D tapos square natin or ito na lang lagay natin 6,000 no, square na lang natin sa calculator. Let's write it here 6,000 tapos square over N, that is 10. And these are all over N minus 1 or 10 minus 1. Okay, so let's compute this sa ating calculator. Let's go back sa ating scientific calculator. So, i-clear ko ulit to. Let's have the square root. And of course, yung ating fraction bar. So, 11 million, what we call this, 375,000, 375,000, and 800 minus another fraction bar for the next part of the formula, 6,000, then square natin. So, 6,000 1,000. Then, let's have the square. Okay, ayan. Over, this is over 10. And sa baba is 9 ito eh. 10 minus 1. Lagay na lang natin 10 minus 1. Okay. So, answer is 929.5 or 0.50. Sige, let's write it here. 929.5. So, this will be the standard deviation of the difference. Now, kinuha natin si D bar para dito, and ito, kinuha natin actually para sa test value. Now, to determine the test value. And the formula for test value is letter T equals D bar minus mu D. No, itong mu D, mamaya I will explain. Over standard deviation of the difference, S sub D, divided by the square root of N. Okay? D bar, we have 600. Now, mu D or yung mean ng difference. Okay, we don't have the mu D because that is the population difference. And kung babalikan ninyo, ayun nga yung hinahanap natin eh. Diba? That's why, sa hypothesis natin, ito, gumamit tayo ng mu sub D. We are trying to find if there is a significant increase sa salesperson weekly income due to the innovative incentive plan. No, meron bang difference na nangyari or wala? Meaning to say, wala tayong ilalagay dito. So, this will be 600 minus 0. Parang yung sa previous topic natin, mu sub 1 minus mu sub 2 yata yun. Kung naalala ko paano. 0 nilalagay natin. So, all over S sub D, which is 929.5. So, 929.5. All over square root of N, which is 10. This is equivalent to 2.041. For if you check sa calculator, sige i-check natin. Na-compute ko kasi sa ito before, no? Before ako mag-record. So, lagay natin para makita nyo. Clear. Okay, so sa taas is we have 600 and then we have 929.5 divided by the square root of our letter N, which is 10. Okay, so answer is 2.041. O, diba? Tama ako. So, 2.041. Ito ang ating magiging test value. Now, the next thing is, tulad ng dati na dating gawin, let's have our decision rule. Again, standard normal distribution curve, gitna is 0, and this is a one-tailed test, no? Tama ba? Naalala ba? One-tailed test dahil po we have here a direction. And ang one-tailed test natin is going to the right because our claim is on the alternative hypothesis and pointing to the right. No? So, going to the right siya. Pag ganun siya eh. So, one-tailed test. Ito meaning yung tailed na merong rejection region will be on the right part of our distribution curve. Okay, so let's have here yung ating rejection region. Ayan. So, ito ang ating magiging rejection region. And the value of our critical line, critical value, anong value nito? 1.833. So, 1.833. Now, ayan na yan. Ito na yung rejection region natin. The question is, anong na-compute nating t-value? Test value, t-test? 2.041. And nasaan siya doon sa distribution? Mas malayo sa 0. Dito. No? So, 2.041. Meaning to say, our test computed, our t-value computed, actually falls doon sa loob ng rejection region. Therefore, our decision is to reject the null hypothesis. Reject. O, diba? Narorong spelling pa ako. Ayan. To reject HO. Or H sub 0. Reject null hypothesis. Since yung test natin na na-compute, yung T-computed, is nasa loob ng ating rejection region. Therefore, since din-reject natin yung null, let's go back sa ating hypothesis. This has been rejected. Therefore, this is correct. And that is our claim. Ibig sabihin, tama tayo. sa kiniklaim natin, statistically, na sige, magpagawa tayo implement tayo ng incentive plan. Tapos, generally speaking, before and after, no, magkakaroon ng somehow positive effect sa ating mga salesperson, no, when it comes to their weekly income. Okay, so ayun yung ibig niyang sabihin. And by statistically speaking, formal conclusion, ito po siya. No, since we reject the null hypothesis, we can conclude that there is enough evidence to support the claim that the income after the incentive plan is greater than before the incentive plan. So, better yung incentive plan. Naging maganda yung resulta niya, statistically speaking. Hindi kasi pwede ito na pure guts lang na, ay, hindi naging maganda. Bakit? Wala ka nang masagot. So, ito, na-prove natin siya statistically, even though we just used a 10 samples. No? So, I hope that actually brings you some idea and knowledge regarding this topic, hypothesis testing to population, testing the difference between two means paired sample. So this will be our third topic ng two population. Our last topic will be all about the two proportions naman on our next discussion. Okay, I hope you learned something, guys, from this presentation, and I'm looking forward for the mastery of this subject. See you again on our next discussion. Keep safe always. Enjoy the rest of the day and also enjoy the rest of the week. Bye-bye. Ingat.